No one talks about this part. Everyone celebrates growth. Everyone applauds healing. Everyone posts about becoming better. But no one prepares you for what happens after you outgrow your old life. Because growth is beautiful. But it is also disruptive. And if you've been feeling different lately, quieter, more observant, less tolerant, more selective, you're not imagining it. You've changed. And change has consequences. Stay with me. Because today, we're talking about what really happens after you outgrow your old life. When you grow, you don't just gain knowledge. You gain awareness. And awareness is irreversible. You start noticing patterns you once ignored. You see dynamics you once tolerated. You recognize behaviors you once normalized. And suddenly, things that used to feel familiar start feeling misaligned. It's not that you became difficult. It's that you became conscious. And consciousness changes your tolerance. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Not everyone will grow with you. Some people were connected to the version of you that overextended, that overexplained, that overcompensated. When you stop doing those things, the dynamic changes, and sometimes the connection weakens. Not because you're wrong, but because the relationship was built on patterns you no longer participate in, and that can feel like loss. There is a quiet season that comes with growth, a space where you don't fully belong in your old circles, but you haven't fully found your new ones. It can feel isolating, like you're standing between worlds. But that in-between space, it's not punishment, it's recalibration. Here's something deeper. After growth, you can't go back. You can pretend, you can visit, but you can't fully return. Because you no longer think the same. You no longer react the same. You no longer tolerate the same. And trying to force yourself back into who you used to be will exhaust you. Because evolution has a cost. The cost is familiarity. You start protecting your energy. You don't engage in every debate. You don't attend every invitation. You don't entertain every drama. Not because you're superior, because you're intentional. And intentional living looks boring to people who thrive on chaos. But peace requires discernment. Let me say something gently. Sometimes when God grows you, He separates you, not to isolate you, but to reposition you. You cannot step into new alignment while holding on to old attachments. Separation is not always rejection. Sometimes it is preparation. God is not removing people to punish you. He's refining your environment so it matches who you are becoming. And refinement feels like loss before it feels like purpose. After you outgrow your old life, you pause more, you speak less, you observe longer, you commit slower, you forgive wisely, you trust selectively, you value depth over noise, and the world may interpret that as distance. But what it really is maturity. Growth still requires grieving. You grieve old friendships, old comfort zones, old habits, old identities, even old dreams. Because not everything you lose was bad. Some of it was simply incomplete. And it's okay to miss what once felt safe. Missing it does not mean you should return to it. Eventually, the loneliness softens. The silence becomes clarity. The space fills with aligned connections. You stop questioning your growth. You start embodying it. And what once felt uncertain becomes steady. You realize you didn't lose your old life. You graduated from it. Let me ask you something quietly. Where are you trying to fit back into a version of yourself you already outgrew? Where are you shrinking to feel comfortable? Where are you re-explaining boundaries to preserve familiarity? Growth doesn't ask you to abandon people. It asks you not to abandon yourself. If this message speaks to where you are right now, like this video so it reaches someone navigating the same quiet shift. Subscribe to Dream Life Diaries if you want encouragement that prepares you for growth, not just inspires it. And I want you to comment below. I trust my evolution. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Outgrowing your old life doesn't mean you failed it. It means you fulfilled it. You are not losing people. You are losing patterns. You are not becoming distant. You are becoming discerning. And that space between who you were and who you're becoming is not emptiness. It is elevation. This is how gentle rebuilding becomes unshakable identity.